So the story continues that this pious man, his heart was just completely moved, and he had such mercy, such feeling towards this girl. He felt so bad for her, and he said, "Don't worry about it, I'll take care of you." So he says, "I went to her master and I bought her, and it was very expensive, to the extent that I actually spent more than I even had. I had to borrow for it. Now the girl was 12 years old," he says, "and I brought her to my house. I dressed her I took care of her till she was basically an adult." Now he says, "I had actually a single child, just a son, and he was 21 years old. And I spoke with him at that point, and I tried to convince him. I said, listen, I have some good advice for you. And if you do it, I'll take full care of you. And you'll have a great life in this world and the world to come." So the son told me, "Father, whatever you want, whatever you advise, I'll listen. I respect you, I'll listen to anything you tell me." So he says like this, he said, "I want you to marry this girl that I brought up, and I'll take care of you guys. I'll give you everything you need. The most chashuv and the most important things, I'll give you. You'll be taken care of like kings." And the child, the boy, he's not a child now, says, "I'll do anything you want, and I'll be just happy with your advice." So he says, "I made a massive festive meal for them towards the wedding, and I invited all the important people of the city. There's not one great person that didn't come to the chuppah, to the marriage ceremony. Now even all the poor people came as well. And I made sure they all sat together during the festivities, so that the poor people don't feel embarrassed. And I put in front of all of them all the best foods, that everyone could have the best enjoyment. However, there was one table that seemed to not be so happy, and these people weren't eating anything. So I asked them, why aren't you guys eating? Did you find something wrong with the foods?" And they said, "God forbid, heaven forbid, we couldn't find anything better than this. However, this poor man that you put on our table, he's just crying and he just doesn't stop. The moment he sat here until now, he doesn't stop. That's why we can't eat. It's just too sad to eat next to him." The pious man says, "I took him with my hands outside of the wedding ceremony, and I told him, 'My brother, why are you doing such bad things to me? Why are you making everyone sad? What's wrong? Is there anything wrong? Can I help you? Tell me. Don't hold back. If you have any kind of loan you need to pay, tell me. I'll help you with it.'" So he responded, the guy says, no, that's not my problem. "My problem is you're marrying off this girl. I know this girl," he says. "She's from a certain city, and I actually betrothed her, meaning I actually am supposed to marry her. But she was captured. Oh, I'm coming to retrieve her." So I asked him, says the pious man, "Do you have any kind of sign to prove that she's this girl?" And he says, "One time I saw her by her father's house. She has this kind of sign on her body. You could see it." And he says, "You know what? I believe the man." To be continued.